All right, guys, welcome back to Full Circle with Joyce. Thank you so much for your company. Hey, what a segment that was, learning about exercise and pregnancy. But right now, still on health and wellness, I want to give my next guest as much time as I possibly can. Her name is Selfesteem Gitao. She's a trichologist with the Hair Hub Trichology Center. And we want to talk about unwanted hair growth in women, okay? And it's called I can't pronounce
hirsutism.
Hirsutism, unwanted hair growth in women. Welcome to the show, Celeste.
Thank you so much, Joyce.
Right. So, of course, this is a term that maybe a lot of people are not familiar with. But talking about women and struggling with unwanted hair growth, certainly that's true. There's just a way that women, we want long, full, luscious hair, just only on our heads.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want like
anywhere
else.
Yeah.
How many women are struggling with hirsutism?
Many women are struggling with hirsutism.
Yeah.
It has really caused so much emotional and psychological trauma to them.
Yeah.
During my practice, I've seen many of them suffer with that, and we wouldn't downplay the effect that it has on them emotionally, because some even go through depression.
When we're talking about hirsutism, this unwanted hair, are we mostly talking about facial hair?
Hirsutism can be facial hair, and when we talk about facial hair, it could be the chin, the cheeks. Sometimes it goes down to the neck.
Wow.
And it could also be at the back or the chest.
What causes it?
Hirsutism is a result of increased levels of male hormones in women. Women also do have some male hormones in their body, like testosterone and others. So when the testosterone in the female body still has very important, it plays a very important role in them building bone mass, and also it promotes female sex drive. But if the levels are more than required, then they can lead to overgrowth of facial hair.
So is that something that one is sort of born with, this higher levels of testosterone in their body as a woman, or is it something that, are there any sort of factors that can contribute to its increase in the body?
Yeah, we do have cases where one is born with that gene in them. It's a trait, so it could be inherited as a genetic trait. But also we do also have other conditions that could predispose one to suffering from hirsutism. Conditions such as hormonal imbalance. Male hormones in a female body are produced from the ovaries and a place called the adrenal glands, and also on the skin. So conditions that would affect the ovaries, like tumors, and also some conditions that would affect the adrenal glands, would also result to imbalance in the male hormones and could result to hirsutism. We also have another condition called polycystic ovarian syndrome. It affects, the ovaries, and it could also lead one to have overgrowth of the facial hair.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of times, though, you almost find that the ones, is it true that it's sort of the hirsutism begins to sort of manifest when a woman gets older? Or are there people who, in their 20s, their 30s, maybe even early 40s, you already start seeing, the facial hair sort of coming forth?
It all depends on the cause. We do find even as young as 19, 20-year-old ladies with hirsutism, especially if the underlying factor is a hormonal imbalance. But even as women age, as they get to menopause, the female hormones starts to get a little dormant, and that makes the male hormones become more potent. And you find that some women who are going through menopause will definitely present with some overgrowth of facial hair.
Okay.
So any age from around 16 to 19, you will still find ladies with facial hair.
Okay.
Yes.
We actually have a picture running on your screen right now, and maybe you can just explain to us what exactly it is we're looking at here.
The first picture there is showing a lady with hirsutism, and that's how it presents. We do have two types of hair in our body. We have vellus hair that we have all over our body, and then we have the terminal hair, which we find on our scalp, on our axillary areas, and on our pubic areas. But then when our facial hair, which is supposed to be vellus hair, turns to become terminal hair. That's what we get, the hirsutism. So the first picture shows a lady, a client who visited our clinic, and then we took her through a treatment plan, and the second picture is showing us a photo after the treatment.
Very interesting. And you can see like there's just like a glow with her skin too now, because obviously the hair, you know, covers all of that. And we're going to be touching a bit about, you know, the treatment options just shortly here. But as you were saying, certainly the effects on one's self-esteem for this are really, really great, right? I mean, no woman wants to, you know, have people comment about hair on her face. And even, I guess, our society not even being very well informed and not understanding that this is a condition. And so I'm sure you find a lot of women very desperate in your office for a solution just because of how it makes them feel.
Yeah, it does. And you find in our African society, most people will associate hirsutism with other causes, which superstitions or our traditional beliefs. What most people don't know that it's a medical condition, and there is treatment for that. And because of the lack of awareness, you'll find that, as you said, most ladies will go through a lot of stigma. They'll have to cover their face, or they'll have to pluck or pull them out. And you know, when they pull them out, then that leads to even more scarring on the area where we have that, and that even makes it worse.
Let's talk about that, because then when we're looking at treatment options, a lot of people, I'm sure, before they've even come to you, they've tried all manner of things. What are some of the craziest things you've heard as far as people really trying to do all that they can to address unwanted facial hair?
All right, so most clients will come to us after having plucked those thickened hairs for quite some time, and that skin looks very scarred. Sometimes you could even be having infections.
Wow.
Yes, some people would even cut their skin to try to get rid of the facial hairs. But most people will twist them. They'll do waxing to try to get rid of the facial hair.
And all of those you're saying are not good options?
They are not permanent options. They are very temporary, because when you twist the hairs, they'll definitely grow back. When you cut them, shave, the hairs will still grow back. Yes.
So, yeah, women are trying shaving, they're trying waxing, tweezing, maybe facial hair removal creams, but also a lot of those things you also have to question if they're even safe for the skin.
True.
Especially on your face, because your facial skin is not as tough and resilient as the rest of your body skin. Very interesting. So, you know, thinking back to the picture that we had shared of looking at that lady who then came and sought a solution from you guys, the one that you offered to her is now a permanent solution?
It's a permanent solution.
Okay, what does it involve?
We are using a latest technology to permanently remove the hair follicle, which is the living part of the hair. So the moment you remove the hair follicle, then that hair will not grow again. It's a very simple procedure to the client, and it's painless. It's done under local anesthesia, so the client is fully awake. It takes around 1 hour to 1.5 hours, depending on the number of facial hairs that we have to remove.
Is that the same one? Because a lot of people also go for like laser hair removal, you know, for other parts of their body. I guess hair on their legs, their armpits, their pubic areas, because they don't feel like waxing or shaving all the time. Can lasers, facials, whatever, be even used for one's face? Or is that something you guys would advise against?
Laser treatment, yes, it's used to remove facial hair and also hairs on the rest of the body. But research has shown that laser doesn't give very promising results, especially on our African type of skin.
Really?
Mostly because of our melanin. And the hair follicle has the same almost the same color with our melanin. So when that beam of light is trying to go and destroy the hair follicle, it's not able to completely differentiate between the melanin on the skin and the pigmentation on the hair follicle. So you tend to find that most African ladies who do laser, it really doesn't give them very promising results.
Got you.
Yes.
Let me read some of the feedback that we have coming in on our Facebook page. Again, you can comment at Switch TV Kenya, and you can also find me on our SMS line, which is 22999, absolutely free for you to SMS. And Becky Stevens here says, good morning, Joyce. Today's show is just live. There's this kind of myth. I don't know whether it's true or false. People say that if a woman plucks hair on their chin, the hair multiplies and the woman might look like a man. Watching from Lolongo. You know how we say, you know, trim your hair, it will grow faster. Or if you shave, then it's going to grow even faster. True or false?
It's a myth.
It's a myth.
Because every hair follicle in our body grows as an independent hair with its own hair follicle. So when you pluck that out, and rarely will you pluck the hair and get and remove the hair follicle, that the only hair that will grow from that hair follicle is just one hair strand from the same hair follicle.
Got you.
And not unless you have an underlying condition like we had mentioned that would really cause continuation of the facial hairs to grow. Plucking the hairs will only cause scarring on the area, but it wouldn't cause a lot of hair to grow and for a lady to have as much as a beard like a man.
Right.
Yes.
So even the shaving, it's not that is going to multiply.
No, it doesn't.
The amount
That's
of hair.
a myth. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
I don't know
multiply.
where we came up with that myth
Yeah.
too. But okay. Altagracia del Toro says, I have beards yet I'm a woman. How do I get rid of them? Here we have just talked about this option here, which you're saying is not laser.
It's not laser.
What is it you said?
It's a technology where we remove the hair follicle itself from under the skin, and it permanently leaves you with a smooth skin without the overgrowth of the hairs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not laser.
Okay. Martha Damaclean Keroro asks, the hair that runs from the chest down to the pelvic area, is it unwanted hair? Very smooth hair. Actually, all of us have like a little bit, I don't know, I call it fuzz, right? Like around your nose. Everybody, there's like very small, tiny, smooth hairs. Is that related to what you're talking about as far as hirsutism? Hirsutism.
Hirsutism, yeah.
Hirsutism.
No, that is not hirsutism. We all do have what we call the vellus hair. It covers our body, our entire body. Some people would have more than others, and especially if you go to areas that have very cold climates, then you will find people there have quite thicker vellus hair, like what you'll get with people on the tropical regions. So it's very normal to get that.
Okay.
Yes.
Mercy from Roiru says, I have really low self-esteem because I have ndevu. The worst part is people keep asking, hey, why do you have ndevu? I wish people would stop asking. People should be sensitive about this. We didn't wish to be like this. I wish people would stop judging it. It makes it even hard to speak in front of people. Again, pointing to exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, that this can really affect a woman, like,
it really
and her
does.
self-esteem. And you can lead someone into depression just because of the comments that you make senselessly. So, you know, I like how she's putting it. It's not like anybody asked to be like that. You know, nobody wants to have problems that would put them out in public and have people embarrass them. So certainly a call for us to be sensitive. But I just wonder, because, you know, when we're thinking about the treatment for this, it's a permanent solution, but that also will come with, you know, a significant price tag, we can imagine.
Not as significant as people would really think, but what we normally do is that we accurately determine the costs during a consultation, because as we said, when you come for a consultation, we have to do a comprehensive analysis and get to understand if there is an underlying condition. Then we work very closely with other health professionals like the endocrinologists, who are specialists in hormone in the endocrine system,
Right.
and gynecologists. So we have to make sure that we first treat the mother problem, so that if we go ahead and remove the facial hairs that you already have and we haven't treated the cause of the problem, then we might get a recurrence of the same. Yes, so
Okay.
it's very important for us to have a consultation, and then we can discuss the way forward from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of questions now coming in. Unfortunately, I do also need to wrap up the show. Let me just read them so that I at least can acknowledge you guys for sending them in. Grace from JQuat Main Campus, you say you're enjoying the show. Hair growing up to the neck and spreading to the back. is it okay? That sounds like a hormonal thing.
That sounds like hirsutism still.
Yeah.
Because as we said, hirsutism is the overgrowth of hair on the cheeks, the neck, and also at the back.
Jackie, finally watching from Kahaba West, says, I've really suffered from this and it has really taken down my self-esteem. I try shaving, but over time what I guessed is some dark spots on the areas and hair grows back within days. Certainly, again, the scarring that you're talking about. So I think what we can do at this point, because again, you've said that the treatment and the cost will depend on your specific issue. Maybe we can just share your contacts as far as the Hair Hub Trichology Center, and people can reach out for more information.
I will appreciate. We'll be happy to help.
Okay. Yeah. What's your contact details how do people reach you?
Our Facebook, our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram is Hair Hub Trichology Center.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. So guys, please do be on the lookout for that. Thank you to all of you for your feedback and your comments today. Thank you to all of my guests. They've been amazing and it's been a great show. And to all of you for your feedback. Asanteni sana. Let me remind you that Aladdin is offering a 90% discount when you shop of their clothing or groceries online. And as our dear audience here on Switch TV, you get an extra discount of 200 shillings when you use the coupon code SWH200. There's also a deal where if you shop for anything above 1,000 shillings, you can get a product labeled 1 bob, and that could even include a phone. So do get shopping. Your goods will be delivered to you within 48 hours of request. Let's do this again tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 10. This has been Full Circle with Joyce. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful time. We'll see you soon. Ciao.